SOH Radio presents AsiaCast, keeping you across the top headlines from Asia and the world.
I'm Wilma Reynolds with AsiaCast. In this bulletin, police assault Shanghai human rights lawyer, New Zealand jury jail father of pumpkin, and US reporter flees Afghan captors. But first, here's our SOH focus on China. Shanghai police summoned former human rights lawyer Zheng Enchong for the 62nd time for a so-called financial investigation and was detained for 9 hours. On the night of his release, he contacted the Epoch Times. Zheng had accused the Chinese Communist regime's 610 office of executing all forms of brutality against Falun Gong practitioners and the general public. He recounted that they first slapped his face 5 times, hit the back of his head 3 times with fists, and then tried to burn his lips and eyelids with cigarettes. They forcibly took off his shirt and pants and made him stand for 15 minutes, wearing underwear only. An officer wrote an interrogation record for Zheng to sign, but was met with Zheng's solemn refusal. 3 female petitioners who had long been appealing to the Jilin Provincial Public Security Bureau for redress were denied a meeting with the director. In an act of desperation, they publicly stripped naked. Armed police promptly removed them. Several petitioners showed sympathy for the women. They said that without a way to resolve the issue, these women chose to expose themselves to such a degree, sacrificing their dignity by stripping off their clothes in front of so many people. According to statistics, there are as many as 10 million petitions across China every year that receive no government response. The appeals cases are mainly police issues, procuratorial organs, government administration, corruption in work units, and unfair treatment. The Badong County Court of Hebei Province issued a statement that declared that Deng Yujia's freedom has been legally fully restored. However, within 48 hours, that freedom had been taken away once again, although the Chinese people have been told she is free. Deng, a waitress and pedicurist at a Badong resort, had been tried for killing a Communist Party official who was alleged to be raping her. Deng's mother was recorded telling a blogger that Deng is now being held in a psychiatric hospital. The court claimed to give her leniency, in part because of her bearing limited criminal liability, meaning that she was mentally ill. The claim that she is mentally ill is now the apparent pretext for detaining her.
You are listening to AsiaCast on the SOH Radio Network.
And now for the rest of today's AsiaCast. A New Zealand jury has convicted the man who strangled his wife to death at their home in Auckland and then left his daughter at a Melbourne railway station. Na Yin Shu, 55, sparked the international hunt in 2007 when he fled to the US but abandoned his daughter at a Melbourne railway station on the way, an act that was caught on security cameras. The child, Chiang Shun, was picked up by police who nicknamed her Pumpkin after her pumpkin patch clothes. She is now living with her grandmother in China. A US journalist for the New York Times, who was kidnapped by the Afghan Taliban last year, has managed to escape from the compound where he was being held. David Rodd managed to scale the wall of the compound with an Afghan journalist who was kidnapped with him last November. The pair were being held in Pakistan's North Waziristan region and were helped to escape by a Pakistani army scout. The White House said the whole of the US was very pleased he had escaped. Mr. Rodd and his colleague Tahiluddin were seized by militants after setting out from the Afghan capital, Kabul, to interview a Taliban commander on November 10th. At least 38 militants were killed in fierce clashes in northwest Pakistan's Swat Valley and the tribal region of South Waziristan, the military has reported, as troops continued an offensive against the Taliban. Malakand region includes Swat, Dia and Buna districts, where the military has launched operations since April 26 against Taliban militants. The death tolls provided could not be verified independently. In a statement, it said terrorists were killed in Sawakai town in South Waziristan in a retaliatory fire by security forces during a road clearance operation. This has been Wilma Reynolds for the SOH Radio Network.
AsiaCast, keeping you across the top headlines from Asia and the world.